And next up on Jason's Video Game Source. Hey members, how you doing? Today is January 26th, 2026. And today I spent some time, I made a few gameplay VODs for, it's funny because this is Highguard, right? This was actually shown at the end of the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley's show. It was actually shown, wasn't much, nobody really knew much about it, but it's just released today out of the blue, right? So I made a few gameplay VODs, and this is like a very early impressions. It might be the only gameplay videos I ever make of this game at this point. So basically, High Guard. I'm sorry. It's a 3 versus 3 player versus player raid shooter featuring like heroes and stuff. If you know my channel, it's not an esport, it's not a multiplayer channel, but I did spend a little time today playing this game, and I would say obviously it's not for me. I really don't get into these games anymore since Overwatch, but it's a average to good video game, if that makes sense. It's not for me. It's not a terrible game. It's not a great game. I played this on a PlayStation 4. PlayStation 5, I'm sorry. I expect the game to run better and look better. For some reason, it just doesn't at this point. Yeah, this is the first day of Highguard, and people are playing it. I would like to have like more than 3 versus 3, if that makes sense too. The game, screams 6 versus 6, or even more than that maybe. The cool thing about it, I did like the mounts, and I do like some of the tactical and ultimate abilities of the heroes. That's pretty cool. The artwork is decent too. I like the artwork a little bit. But the gameplay is basically either you raiding a base or you defending a base, and in between there are layers of gameplay elements. Like I actually played the tutorial at first, so I was able to like understand the loop of this game where you mine Vesper, you upgrade your weapons. If you're raiding, you gotta take a He-Man looking sword called a shield breaker. And you take the shield breaker and you activate it at a shield on a raid where you're performing a raid at a base. So you activate this He-Man sword. I'm sorry, called a shield breaker, and it breaks the shield. It calls in this castle Grayskull looking battering ram, and it bashes the shield. Then you go inside the base, the enemy's base, and you basically sabotage some generators, and then you basically blow the place up. So that's basically the gist of it. Or you do the vice versa. You defend the base and stuff. I don't know, man. Like this game, like the loop at some points are pretty good, where you're like mining and you're upgrading and stuff. And like I said, I like the hero ultimates and stuff, but the game just seems drab as hell. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's the 3 versus 3. The matches themselves, at least the ones I played, were over half an hour. Like I said, a lot of people probably don't know what the hell they're doing, including me, even though I did do the tutorial, so I understand the loop somewhat. But yeah, the matches did last 30 minutes a pop, which is quite for me, that's a long match. So the phases goes basically you loot, you can reinforce walls. You can reinforce walls. The mounts, there's different mounts. There's different banners, emojis, skins, weapon skins, all types of weapons that you can lock over time and stuff. I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not gonna be playing this game that much to be doing all that. But I did look at all the menus and stuff, and they have like this world map where you're doing challenges, or world events, daily events, and whatnot and stuff to unlock different things and build up your character, or your arsenal, I guess. So yeah, the one map I played on is called Dusty Tunnels. And the maps are pretty good. They seem kind of large, but you do have a mouse, so you're kind of running around really, really fast shooting shit. A lot of destructible walls, environments, and you can also reinforce it, so you need like a rocket launcher to destroy a wall. Like at the beginning when you defend a base, I'm just reinforcing walls and stuff for a team and everything. I don't know. Like I said, it's a multiplayer game. It's a free-to-play game, so who knows? And by the way, this is created by, I guess, the developers of Titanfall 2, I believe, which is, I love that game's single player, and by Apex Legends, which I played a couple times. Didn't have the time, or really was out of the multiplayer scene by then, by Apex Legends. But this game, you know, is developed by those developers and designers and everything. I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm not an esports guy. I'm not a multiplayer guy, but the game is decent at some points, has a decent loop at some points. But technically, in a PS5, I expect it to look and run a lot better than what it does. I mean, like I said, you only got 6 damn people on the map moving around. The maps are pretty big, but they seem pretty small once you get in that mountain, if you know what I mean. The upgrading, the loops, you know, pro tip, always get your armor, always upgrade armor, always go into the screen, and always stick with your damn, you know, like I was doing. Stick with your people you're playing with in your matches and stuff, with your teammates and stuff, because they can revive you and whatnot. So, I don't know. That's about it, really, for Highground. You know, I don't know what happened, man. Like, this was shown at the end of the Game Awards, and, you know, all of a sudden it releases today. Like, you know, you play it, you look at it, and, you know. Unfortunately, I'm not going to put a lot of time into this game. I think I made 6 gameplay VODs for it, so you can check those out in Jason's video game source if you want. I mean, if you're a hardcore multiplayer guy or not, you know, who knows? I don't know. Maybe you might like this game. I mean, the pedigree, you can't deny the pedigree of the designers of Apex Legends and Titanfall 2 multiplayer and stuff. But I don't know. The game seems drab. It seems drab with the 3 versus 3 and these huge maps and stuff. So those are my early impressions for Highguard, which is a high fantasy, free-to-play raid shooter. Members, thank you for becoming a member of Jason's Video Game Source. Much appreciated. You know, the website has a lot of other stuff that, you know, might not be shown here on the YouTube channel, so check that out too if you have time. Otherwise, have a great day. I'm trying to see if there's something else I forgot. Yeah, I believe that's it. All right, guys and gals, have a good day. Later.